But then deep down in part of me, there was another part of me that's like, no, you're not going to see your mom today. Like, you had your moment with your mom. And then, when they made us wait outside, and then they made us come home because, there was too many people, in the room, and then they couldn't have us in the room no more, in the waiting room no more. So then they made us go home. We went home, and then my aunt came, and then my cousins came, and we were talking outside, and they even called the cops because we were outside talking to my aunt and to my sisters, and they were like, okay, so let's, like, leave, because we saw 2 police cars coming. I'm like, okay, so let's just leave, let us not do anything and whatsoever, let's just respect, and then we just left. When we left, it was like 11 something or 10 something, and then the surgery ended, yeah, it was like 11 something, because 2 hours later was like 1 something, and I couldn't sleep. I was telling Jimmy. Jimmy woke up. He was all night with me, and I thank God for that. And Jimmy, so at that time, Jimmy worked 2 jobs. He still has 2 jobs, but he would work either at 2 in the morning or at 3 in the morning, and then he would work until 8 or 9 or 10. But that day, he worked all day. He was tired, and he stood up the whole night just to be with me. So then I was, like, really tired. I didn't want to eat, and I haven't eaten since 9, and it was already 11. And then I was shaky, my head was hurting, my chest was hurting. And then he was like, oh, I need you to try to sleep. And then I need you to try to drink water, take a pill. I need you to do something because you need to, when your mom wakes up, she needs to see that you're okay. So I came and I took a pill, I drank some water, and I just put because I had a really bad migraine, I just put my, like a frisa over my eyes, and then he was like, now don't think about anything, don't even look at your phone when I'm gonna be here. So right now when I went to sleep, so I didn't even last 10 minutes sleeping. I just went to sleep. I was like knocked out in a sleep, like in the biggest sleep ever. And out of nowhere, I felt like something came out of me, and it was like preparing me. I don't know, like I felt like a hand went directly into my heart. Like it went like this into my heart, because I was feeling so angry. I was feeling so anxious. I was confused, and I'm like, God, you can't do this. You can't take my mom. So I had so many confusions and everything. So I felt like something, like a hand just went straight into the heart, went like this, grabbed it, and then just went foof. And then when it went foof, I heard a thing that said, me la llevé. And then I came and I woke up really fast. And when I wake up to my dad's phone ringing. And then when my dad rings, he's like, oh, your wife is fine and whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, your wife's fine. They hang up. And then when I'm walking back to my room, the phone rings again. And I'm like, who's calling my dad now if my mom's fine? They call again. They're like, sir, your wife just passed away. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, all confused and whatsoever. And then my dad just like drops the phone. He's like, okay. And then they're like, oh, do you want to see her now or do you want to see her in the morning? My dad's like, no, we're gonna go right now, whatsoever. And then my dad hangs up and he looks at me, he's like, your mom just passed away. And I'm like, all confused. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I just had an experience. Like, what are you talking about? Like, they just called and I just heard something. Like, what? I'm like processing everything. My dad doesn't know, but I'm processing everything in my head. I'm like, I just had this experience where I felt like a hand just went through my heart, took all the confusion, everything out, and then it just popped out, and then I heard a word that said, me la llevé. Like, when I was 17, I asked God to give me an experience with him. I wanted to hear his voice completely, but I wanted to hear it in a nice way, a little something like, go in this direction, don't go over here, or I wanted an experience. Who knew that I was gonna get an experience, but in a way that I didn't want to receive the experience. I just wanted to be in denial. Like, how is it that my mom died? How is it if everyone's been praying, everyone's been sharing, like, why? And then we go to the hospital, And then we started rushing and whatsoever. And then I told Jimmy, and then Jimmy just stood on the phone with me. He didn't even leave. He was crying a lot. And then we basically went to the area where my mom is, and then my dad, my sister went first because I didn't want to go first. I just wanted to be in denial, and I'm like, I'm processing the whole the process that I had in my room, and I'm like, not questioning, but in my head I'm like, how is this possible? And I'm like, is she gonna revive? Is he giving her an experience, and then she's gonna come back? Like, I'm over here just asking, wondering, and everything. And then when it's my turn to see my mom, I'm just like, that's when I lost it. And I'm like looking at her, and then she looks so, she lost her color already. And then just looking at her hands and everything, and I'm just like, how is this happening? Why do I keep suffering? Why? And then I'm just, what breaks my heart is that we were having fun that day. We were talking about my wedding. She showed me everything. She showed me my wedding dress that she would like to see me in. A little crown. She found some things of farmhouse for my decorations. She was excited. Now, how am I supposed to continue my wedding without my mom? Like, how? She didn't even get to experience her grandchildren. She was talking about having grandchildren and how she wanted to do this and she wanted to do that. And all I could think about is, dang, it's Wing's birthday. Dang, my birthday is next week and next month. And my wedding's next year. How am I supposed to, like, what am I supposed to do? And then my uncle came, my aunt came, and then we just all started crying whatsoever. But then inside of me, I felt this peace. Because he took everything out, I felt this peace, and I'm like, listen, you need to start being, you know, when someone dies, or when you're the person that suffers, that you have people that te consuelan. Well, instead of others consolándome a mí, I was consolándole everyone else. And basically, everything happened, and then my job knew about it. My job gave me a month and a half off of work. Or exactly a month, I think. I came back the day of my birthday. And then we did the funeral. Well, we did the service over here for my aunts that couldn't fly to Puerto Rico, and to my cousin that couldn't fly to Puerto Rico, and for my sister. And then we did a service in Puerto Rico, which you guys saw the videos in last month, or 5 months ago. And then we did the funeral, which everything was beautiful. And then the day that le íbamos a enterrar, I was just like, wow, today's the day. Like, it's so hard. Every day, I lived that day over and over. And I lived the day that I had that experience over and over. And it's not a fun feeling. But I thank God for him giving us a fortaleza. Because we've been doing pretty good. Because it's God doing his thing. If it wasn't for God, I think I don't even know. And right now in Puerto Rico, when they did everything, so I was recording everything. I was trying to be strong for everyone and everything. And then when they brought my mom, they're gonna bury her. When they started bringing the thing down, my little sister, I caught a little clip, but I'm not gonna show it because it's personal. My little sister screaming, "Mommy, no," whatsoever. And then out of nowhere, I just started feeling this anxiety because it's like, I'm not gonna see her no more. And this is my last time. And I don't know what happened, that I came and I fainted. I fainted, and they said I fainted for like, what, 2-3 minutes or something like that. I was just out there. I was just like, I fainted, and my cousin caught it in one of the Facebook videos. I might screen record it, and then I'll just put it in this video right here. But I fainted, and I don't remember anything. So I didn't even get to see anything, like anything. After that, I don't remember anything. So then they started putting the some dirt, and then they give us little flowers for us to throw it in the thing, and then that's when you guys saw it in the little thing. But how I've been doing in these 5 months, I'm living day by day. I feel like I lost myself when I lost my mom, and they say that when you have a heartbreak, so when this pain is worse than a breakup. And sometimes you'd be like, oh my god, I'm not gonna see them anymore. You're crying for someone that you shouldn't even be crying for. Like, if you guys broke up, yes, it hurts and everything, but it's like, this feeling right here is worse than a breakup, because it's like you're gonna miss someone that meant everything to you. And I don't know, it's just a really bad pain that all of us are gonna go through, because that's the cycle of life. Usually you suffer more when you lose your grandparents and your parents. It shouldn't be the other way around. Their parents see you dead, or they see you in a funeral, in a casket. You shouldn't see your parent. Your parents should see you in a casket. You're the one that has to see your parent in the casket, and that's the part that I wasn't prepared for. I was prepared for it for like another 10, 15 years. Right when I'm married, I have little kids. I have my little Isabel, and then I have my little Kobe, you know? And no, that didn't happen. And that's the sad part. And I've been doing pretty good. I'm not in school right now. I stopped going to school for personal reasons. I've been working. I've been focusing on my little business, but sometimes I just don't want to do anything. Me and my mom wanted to do a little candle thing, and I remember that she wanted to do some certain stuff that we both planned about, and we put that to the side. So that same day that everything happened, I found everything for the rebranding and everything, and I was showing my mom, and we were excited, and I showed her the bag. That's one of these bags that says, hey, I'm here, or you have great taste, or something. And she's like, oh my god, and I ordered it that day. And it broke my heart when it came here, and she wasn't here to see it. I do have my candle stuff here, but I haven't done anything yet. If you guys can see over here, this is her stuff. She sells headbands and purses. And me and my sister have to take over her store, and it's been really hard. I went dress shopping in March, and that moment was supposed to be a moment like, oh my god, I got my dress. It was, but I didn't feel the spark, just because my mom's not here. My wedding is half paid. God's been blessing us, so I'm reusing every decoration that I have for whatever we have, an apartment or a house, whatever. But whatever that I have for the wedding, I reused. I was smart enough to reuse it for the wedding and for the decorations for the house. But right now, a lot of people were like, oh, are you gonna postpone the wedding? My dad told me not to, just because he knew that my mom would want me to continue doing the wedding, and he said that she was excited for the wedding and that we should just continue on. That's gonna be a hard day. So I decided to sing a song to my mom. So I had a song for my dad, and I had to sing a song for Jimmy. But because my wedding's 4 hours, right now time is like limited. So instead of singing a song to both of them, I decided to sing a song to my mom, and I've been practicing it. My aunts have been a great support for us. They have a piece of my mom, and then sometimes I call them all the time, and I'm at work, and I feel like I'm talking to my mom sometimes. But I go on Snapchat, and I go back to the videos that I have. So a lot of people made fun of me because in 2017, a lot of people made fun of me because I used to take pictures and videos a lot. You're like, ay, nena, tú siempre estás en el teléfono tomando video y retrato. And I'm like, I thank God I didn't listen to those people, because right now, 2017 to 2021, well, to 2020, that's 3 years. That's 3 years of videos that I have with my mom. I thank God that I have YouTube because my mom's in some of my videos. My first video was with my mom. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy. So if you're the type of person that likes to create videos or likes to take videos or pictures, keep taking those pictures, keep taking those videos, because you're going to remember that day. By just looking at that picture, you're going to remember that day like if it was yesterday. And a lot of people like to criticize, but later on, you're going to remember, you're going to be like, oh, wow, look at this. I thank God I didn't do this. So I thank God that I didn't listen to those people, because imagine if I didn't have videos or pictures of my mom. I would have been devastated. I would have been crying every day because I didn't do anything with my mom. I did do stuff with my mom, but I didn't take videos or pictures of my mom. But I'm happy that, you know, God had to do his thing. I haven't questioned him. The first month and a half or two, I was all positive and stuff like that whatsoever. But then I started hearing comments of people, like the people that I told you that, they asked if she died because of COVID or whatsoever. They make comments, or people that are around us. There's been someone that they make like death comments and they start laughing and then they look at us. That really gets me mad because they know that we're going through something, and why would you just make a death comment and then look directly at us? So I've held myself back in church. It's not God's fault. I understand a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, it's not God's fault whatsoever. But it's like, right now, since I've been holding myself back from church. So right now I haven't questioned God. But I've like held myself back because sometimes I feel like I want to question him, but I don't want to question him just because I don't want to sin with what I'm going to question. But sometimes I see these people at work, some kids, and they don't cherish their parents. And this one question always pops out to my head. And I always say to myself, why do I have to go through this if I did everything that the Bible told me? I honored my parents. I listened to them. I never disrespected them. Like, yes, I probably spoke back when I was angry, but then we're perfectly fine later on. But I was never a bad girl. I never went out. I never disrespected them. If they told me not to go somewhere, I didn't go behind their back. I was always at home, making sure that we created memories. I was a good girl. Why did I have to go through this? Why is it that these kids that are so disrespectful, that lift up their hands to go hit their parents, or that fight because their mom doesn't want to give them $20? I'm grateful for what I have. Why is it that I have to go through this? Like, I did everything. I feel like every time I'm getting close to something, at the moment I felt like every time I was happy, something had to happen, and then my happiness is gone. And I feel like, yeah, God gives you pruebas, that way you can grow. And I've grown a lot since 2017, since I've had that really bad breakup. I grew a lot, and I've become successful. I am the woman I am today because Dios me estaba moldeando, Dios me moldeó. But at the same time, it's like, when am I gonna be happy? When am I gonna just be like, oh wow, enjoy this moment without nothing, like no suffering? And it's just, people say, oh my God, in your wedding, God's gonna do something so amazing. And I know God's gonna do something amazing in my wedding. And I'm gonna say one of my vows, like one of that song that says, ha sido un largo el viaje, pero al fin llegué. Because it's been a very long journey. And I am tired. I am tired of being tired. I'm tired of being strong for everyone. So sometimes I think about how things would have been if my mom didn't pass away, and how we would be happy, how we would be doing this, how we would be doing that. I didn't do anything for my birthday. This was my last birthday in Massachusetts, December 21st. And I didn't want to do anything. I know I made my dad feel sad because it's my last birthday here in Massachusetts, but he wants to celebrate their birthday when, you lost your mother. But other than that, I'm doing good a little bit. I live day by day. I'm gonna get married, and I'm gonna start a new life in Florida, and that's pretty much it. I don't have any future goals or anything, or any updates of what I want to do with my life, just because I know I want to continue school, but I don't know when. I am gonna finish school because my mom wanted me to finish school, so I'm doing things. So the problem here is that I did things for my mom, so she didn't get to go to college, so I wanted to finish school. That way she can be like, oh wow, I accomplished something. I helped my daughter get through college. Or I would work a lot. That way we can go out. That way we could do stuff. Because I wanted to basically give back, even though I don't have the money to give her. I didn't have the money in the world to give her what she deserves. But I wanted to do it when I got that YouTube money, or when I got that business money, or, and, I didn't get to do it, but I thank God for helping us, for giving us fortaleza, and for giving me that experience, and I just hope someday I can get something I've been asking him, and I've been asking him to, let me see her one more time, to give me an experience. I want an experience. I just want to see, maybe it'll happen, or maybe it won't happen anytime soon. But if it does happen, it'll be amazing. It'll be very amazing. And now it's up to me and my family to fight. That way we can go, fight. That way we can go to heaven, and, all of us rejoice and come together, see each other and stuff. And yeah. But this pain, I don't think this pain is ever gonna leave. Like I said, I relived that day over and over, and some people make it hard because they're always talking about it, or they're always saying comments, and it's like, if you're not gonna be positive, don't call me. If you're not gonna be positive, don't text me. If you're gonna be talking negative or saying, oh, you should have, there's some people that were blaming us for not taking her to the hospital. She doesn't want to go to the hospital. What do you want us to do? To drag her? No. People have been saying stuff, and I just want to be disrespectful, but that's not my character no more. Because when I was in the world, I didn't care who you were, and I'll just say whatever I had to say, and that's it. But that's not my character no more. But people, I feel like the enemy's been using people, that way my character can come back. And I've been fighting so hard for my character not to come back, but it is just so hard. It is so hard when people say these comments, and you're just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then there's some people on Instagram that they're not even helpful as well. I'm just gonna say this out there. I'm not in a competition with no one. I'm just trying to live day by day. A lot of people might probably think I always post my mom everywhere. I miss my mom. You have your mom there. Let me be the girl that misses her mom. If I'm characterized as the girl that misses her mom, oh well, I am the girl that misses her mom. The only thing I know how to do in life is just work and be with my parents and with my sister. That's the only thing. Now, the new thing that I'm going to be living with is coming from work, going to my house, and seeing Jimmy in the future in a couple of months. But the only thing, for 24 years, I've been a house girl. So the only thing I know how to do is just live with my parents, see my parents, hang out with my parents. My parents are my best friends. They're the true MVPs. They're your only friends. And God has been showing me who's my real friends and who's not my real friends. And God's been showing me who's there for me and who's not there for me. Who's there to use me, and who's there to actually be there for me. And if you think I'm in a competition, I'm not in a competition. I'm just trying to better myself. I'm just trying to do things that I was supposed to do 5 months ago. I backed myself up. Your timeline is not my timeline. My timeline is not your timeline. And I'm just going to put it out there. I'm just trying to perfection myself every day. I'm not perfect. I'm imperfect. But I'm just trying to do things. I'm trying to live things. I'm trying to live up. I'm trying to cope. I'm trying to live life. If I make jokes, it's because I'm trying to cope. I cope by making jokes. I cope by watching YouTube videos. I cope by doing stuff. I cope by doing arts and crafts. Everyone copes differently. Let me cope the way that I cope. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm women empowerment. I love supporting my queens. All my queens know that I call them queens. I call them beautiful. I call them gorgeous. Why? Because I know how it feels not having self-love. In 2017, I didn't have self-love because I lost myself. I thought I was worthless just because someone left me. I thought I wasn't worth anything. I thought I was dumb. I felt like I wasn't gonna get anywhere. But I knew how that felt. So I try to remind girls because I don't know how they're feeling. Not every girl is like me. I don't like to share stuff. Other girls like to share stuff. I don't like to share stuff. I don't like to share what I felt. And I know I keep things in a bottle and then later on I explode. But I know how it feels to feel not loved. Not to feel like I didn't have self-love. So I call my girls beautiful. I call my girls gorgeous. I call my girls queens. I'm women empowerment. I'm not afraid to talk to you. I'm not afraid to, show support and stuff like that. And I think that's why a lot of people get intimidated because they think that I'm trying to be something that I'm not, but that's actually someone who I am. And I get a lot of people that say that they inspire me. They have been inspired by me. I've had a lot of girls that cry with what I post about my mom. I've had people say that they've been cherishing their parents now more than ever because of my story. And they know how close I was to my mom. And I don't know. I feel like in a way God's doing his thing. And I have a story to share. I have more stories to share about things. And just like how God has helped women with my story, my breakup stories, and how guys have thought that they can come over here and disrespect me. And then now that I finally found love and I'm going to get married, a lot of girls have been using that as an inspiration to find a really good guy, to find hope and love. And a lot of people have been using my story with my mom as inspiration. There's 2 people that said that they fixed their lives with their moms. They didn't talk to their moms for a while. But because of my story, they felt touched. And that's the amazing part. Like, I lost something, but because I lost something, God is gaining something. You know what I mean? Like, God is gaining, people that actually believe now. People that don't even serve God. They're like, oh my God, you're such an inspiration. Oh my God, I went to church this day. Oh my God, because of you, you inspired me to go to church. Oh, do you have Christian music or do you have anything? And that's why I feel like I'm going to come back slowly and I'm going to bring Build Your Faith Friday. But it's going to take some time. And if I don't post on YouTube, it's because sometimes I'm overworking, I'm too tired. Or simply I just don't have the time to vlog. But I thank you all for all your support and all your help and all your prayers. And if you're going through a hard time or if you lost a parent, I'm so sorry that you lost your parent. And it might seem like it's going to be hard now. And it might seem like the world ended and everything. But let God do his thing. Never lose hope. And be strong. And just remember that everything's gonna be alright. And, I listened to the song, Todo va a estar bien, 2 weeks before. And I was obsessed with that song. And with everything that happened, that song, it was my daily song, everything. Todo va a estar bien, everything's gonna be alright. And it's just amazing on how God works. Literally, he was preparing us 2 weeks before. She died on the 18th, and I remember November 2nd. My last selling video on Facebook was November 15th, and I thank God that I did that video. Because if I wouldn't done that video with her, and I didn't help her, you know how hard that would have hit me? That I didn't help my mom, and then 3 days later, she passed away. And I'm just happy for the times that I had with her. And that whole year during quarantine, I got to spend time with her. And how we basically went to IKEA. We made her happy. And that's all that matters. And yeah, guys, so I'm gonna close out this video. I hope you guys are all staying safe and you guys are staying blessed. And remember, if you're gonna do something, do it for God's glory. Amen. So let's talk about how amazing this little thing that my sister did was amazing. So I think my dad got this for my mom. It says, Noemi, tú tienes la llave de mi corazón. Yeah, I think this was my dad. So my mom likes this from Things to Remembered. And my mom already had these little plates from last year, but we decided to get this flamingo thing. I got it at Hobby Lobby and they had a good sale. So then my cousin and her husband got this for us for Christmas. And then it says, in loving memory, Noemi Sanchez, and then the day she was born, the day she passed away. And then it says, can't even see because I'm blind, loving mother and wife. I'm so blind. And it plays music. Look how beautiful that is. And then we have this that the funeral gave us. They gave us like, I think 20 copies laminated, and this is how it looks like in the back. It looks beautiful, all Noemi colors and everything. And then we got this, and then my dad got this Feliz de Madre. My mom has a lot of collection, and then we used to change this. So since my mom's in Puerto Rico, we used to change this all the time by real flowers. So we decided to just get fake flowers, and they look so real. So fake flowers, and then my sister filled it all up. But look how beautiful this is. I have to take off the tags on those things because they look ugly. But look how beautiful this is. Like, Queen, I miss you.